quickly get over today's overview on gold. What I'm expecting pre-London. I am looking at price to move bearish on the session. But before all of the nit and gritty of the analysis, let's quickly dive into a multi-time frame analysis. So here we are on the daily. This right here is the daily chart. We are now in a period of consolidation. Okay, we are in a period of consolidation or accumulation, marking out our previous day's high and our previous day's low. On the daily, we are still in, so on the daily, technically, we are looking at bearish market structure with this change of character right here. However, this is a weak change of character because price failed to close below this swing low on the daily. Okay, some might argue the actual low is right here, and that's why I will not consider this to be a break of bearish market structure on the daily. The point of invalidation would be price taking out internal structures here on the daily move. As of now, if we're looking into the 4-hour chart, the 4-hour chart is bearish. Okay, the 4-hour chart is bearish after Tuesday's bearish move. We are now in bearish territory on the 4-hour charts with this external change of character right here, pushing lower into the hourly. Into the hourly, what do we see? We see a bearish trend start to form. Okay, so when does a bearish trend form? A bearish trend forms when we get lower highs and lower lows. Right now we have a lower high here, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now you might ask me, why is this a high right here? How do you tell if this is a high? Simple. If you are unable to identify highs, or your eyes are still new at identifying highs and lows, a quick and simple way would be just switching it to a line chart. Okay, now if you ask me, does this look like a high? I would say, yeah, it looks like a high, a quick high, but a high nonetheless. Okay, so over here we have a high, meaning we are forming lower highs and lower lows externally. So this is our external range from this high to this low. This right here is our external range. Everything in between is internal market structure. Okay, internal market structure. We had an internal uptrend. As of now, we are in a sideways move. We would need a catalyst to either break higher or break lower. Okay, either break higher or break lower. Moving down into the 15-minute charts. Okay, into the 15-minute charts is where things get a little bit more gritty. Okay, where we need to be much more precise or factual when looking at these kinds of moves. Yesterday we were looking at this bearish order block right here. We now have a fresh overlapping block right here. So in this case, let's just remove this for now. We understand that external order block is here, internal uptrend order block is here. So internally we had a 15-minute uptrend. Okay, so in the 15-minute internal move, of course the external move is a downtrend, correct? External high, external low. We understand we are in a downtrend on the external move. Okay, but internally we have an uptrend. Okay, we have an uptrend on the internal charts, moving higher highs and higher lows. Okay, but after we tapped into our OB yesterday night, price started to dump, giving us an initial change of character right here, followed with a break of structure level, taking out this level as well. So price started to form bearish formations, but still failed to take out this low right here, but bearish formations nonetheless. And immediately after, we formed a change of character at the open and have begun to push up. Okay, now we are in a sideways formation. We're in a sideways formation. What do we do with sideways formation? Of course, selling at resistance, buying at buying at support. Simple, right? Very, very basic. Okay, very, very basic strategy, but we will need confluences in supporting where is resistance and where is support. Okay, so as of now, we have our levels of resistance right here. This is our internal level of OB. Above that, sitting anything above the 5203 level, let's just mark this out right here so it's easy to see. Sorry, this right here. So anything above the 5196.5 level is the external OB. This right here is the internal OB. Okay, but OBs nonetheless. Okay, they are still order blocks. Okay, so they serve as a level of key levels. Okay, so the Asian high is formed inside the external OB right here, followed up with equal highs resting below it. We swept the New York AM high. This was the New York AM high that formed. We swept that level and we're pushing lower. Now, for a proper, or lack of a better word, a safer alternative would be a manipulation displacement setup. Okay, now I would prefer to use that when we have more of a runway. So a manipulation displacement setup would be a manipulation of a set high, maybe another sweep of the Asian highs before running the displaced low. So the displaced low can be a swing low here, this is a displacement, or the Asian lows, which is a stronger displacement. If we ran through the Asian lows and starting to move lower, I would be far more confident in a bearish move in towards previous day's low. Okay, let's move this so it's not too messy. So a manipulation displacement setup is usually used at reversal days, okay, or sideways resistance levels. Okay, if we're trading off resistance, something like a displacement would be, if we're using this low right here, let's do a quick lesson right here. This is the high. Let's move this so you guys can see. Manipulation of this high, strong bearish volume displacement, running the lows, retest, looking for confirmation, then we sell, and gold will begin the descent. Or something similar to yesterday's signal, a bearish candle closed below this, we can trade the next 15-minute candle where we managed to book 200 pips on this trade. That was where we entered for a little bit over 200 pips on this trade. Price retest, we called it a day. Okay, so if we're looking for bearish trend, bearish momentum, something similar is required. Okay, right now we have swept the New York AM highs, but we have not displaced lower. So once we get the displacement lower, we might be able to ride some instant sell entries. Okay, so going into the 1 minute, going into the 5 minute, looking at something even more gritty. Since we have already ran the New York AM highs, we have already tapped into that 15-minute key level. What is stopping us from taking sells now? Okay, if we want to look for aggressive sells, the invalidation of the bullish fair value gap, forming an inverse fair value gap, is great. Okay, but definitely breaking structure, external structure is much preferred. As of now, we have formed an inverse fair value gap, the initial signs of a bearish move. If price does break lower, okay, starting to form a bearish trend with lower lows, this could be a retest level for us to take further sells. This could be used as a zone for us to take further sells. As of now, I'm looking at the equal highs resting above here. If price so chooses to run the highs and then run the lows, this would be a very high probability sell. As of now, I'm not taking a position. Why? Because volume is extremely low. Okay, volume is very low. Everything is very choppy. There's no follow through. There's no volume breaking structure. Okay, so when markets are like this, it's best not to take a position. We might just be part of the accumulation before the manipulation and then the displacement or distribution. We always want to ride at least at the manipulation or during the displacement or distribution. Okay, now all of these concepts I will teach in my upcoming course. I've been pushing back the courses and all that for a very long time now, and I've decided that okay, this is the year everybody should learn about these concepts, understand these concepts, because these concepts repeat every day. And yeah, the course will be about how I use these concepts in my trading. Okay, so I hope all of you guys have a very, very profitable day ahead. This video is a longer video. I wanted to get very, very detailed in this video, and I hope you guys got to ride along, okay, and understand a little bit of our concepts and the concepts we use. Okay, so I hope you guys have a very profitable day ahead, and I'll see everybody inside T Market Makers and inside the free channel very shortly. Take care.